Hi everyone, welcome to We Belong Education video series. My name is Saurabh and today I want to talk to you about how our affiliations to some of the philosophies, consciously or unconsciously, impact the way we view children and the way we interact with them. I hope you enjoy the video. So the first one I want to talk about is called developmental psychology. Now, what is developmental psychology? Just like the name suggests, developmental psychology assumes that children are developing into adults. Or you can say childhood is seen as not simply as childhood, but childhood becoming adulthood. It's a very popular paradigm. Many theorists that we know, Piaget, Vygotsky, Bandura, Bronfenbrenner, they all can be categorized as developmental psychologists. Under this paradigm, adults have convinced themselves that just because they are adults, they seem to have this roadmap on how to become a contributing member to the society, a responsible citizen with life skills. So notice the approach. Let's say a child does something which is undesirable. The adult approaches under this assumption, let's say, under this paradigm. And often you'll observe these kind of interaction. You'll say, the adult would say, hey, what were your choices? Or what could you have done differently? You know? And all of this is driven by, consciously or unconsciously, with right intentions, of course, but they are driven by, oh, I'm going to give you some life skills which will help you in the future become a contributing member of the society. I have some life skills. And I'm not sure about you guys, but I haven't seen many children who are absolutely inspired because someone just corrected them. I haven't seen many kids who say, oh, I can't wait for another adult to tell me how to live my life. And the second one that I'm interested in is called Sociology of Childhood. Under this paradigm, we don't see childhood as becoming adulthood or children developing into adults, but rather honoring the current childhood for what it is in this very moment. Well, that changes things because now we approach a child not to fix a behavior, but rather we approach a child to actually understand the perspective of the child. Because under this paradigm, we believe in children voices. So let's explore them. I understand that these behaviors may not work well when we grow up, but they are not adults yet. So I'm really interested in understanding the children's view in this very moment. So let's notice the difference in the approach. Let's say if a child commits an undesirable act, you approach a child with this paradigm in mind, and you, instead of telling them what their choices were or asking them what their choices were, maybe you can explore their perspective by asking questions such as, hey, I noticed that you punched him. What happened? Tell me more about that. How did you feel when he was annoying you? Look, we really have to change this perspective, narrative that, oh, he was following me, so I punched him. Yeah, we'd absolutely need to change this narrative, but we have to understand the narrative first. So therefore, when I'm listening to a child from this context, I listen from an exploratory point of view. So I'm absolutely paying full attention and actively listening to what they're saying with no judgment, because let's face it, most of the adults do not know how to regulate our own emotions. So instead of being that judgmental adult on saying, oh, what you could have done when you were angry, how about we say, tell me more about that anger. How did you feel that? Right. And I'm not listening as an adult who will tell them what to do, but rather I just want to listen. So maybe, just maybe, I may be able to provide something that I've done in my life, which could be of contribution to you. And I've seen children open up more when they feel that an adult or someone else is listening to them actively to understand them, to understand their perspective, rather than listen to them to respond, listen to them to tell them what they could have done. Therefore, I often say that children may not do adulthood well, but they do childhood just fine. I hope that this video was useful. We talked about two philosophical paradigms, developmental psychology and sociology of childhood. I would love to know what you thought of that. Have a wonderful day. Look after yourself and the people you love. Goodbye.